Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Today we are looking at Angels and Swords. So the point of this deck was brought around because I wanted to use the Sword, Ford and Frontier, which is a 3 costing Mythic equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has protection from red and from green. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. You may play an additional land this turn. So protection from red and green, pretty good against, that's 40% of the colours, excluding colourless. And what I was thinking, what can we put this on? We want something that can connect and do combat damage, and I thought of flyers. And in this meta at the moment, there seems to be quite a lot of mono red around. There seems to be quite a lot of creature racing type decks. So flyers that have lifelink and angels seems like a good option. So we're running 3 Giada, 4 Inspiring Overseer, and 4 Archangel of Wrath. Archangel of Wrath is the 3/4 flying lifelink that can be kicked for red or black, hence why we're playing Raffine's Tower and Jetmir's Garden, but otherwise this is a mono white deck, because the angels these days that we really want to play are white, which is Steel Seraph, 6 costing 5/4. At the beginning of combat, your turn, target creature gets flying, vigilance, or lifelink until end of turn, but it can also be a 3/3/3, and then the Sanctuary Warden for 2. So in total, these are our angels, which is quite a lot, but we're not playing exclusively angels. We're also sort of playing some other cards in the meta to try and see how they fit in. So we're playing 2 Phyrexian Vindicators. This is the 4 white 5/5 flyer. If damage would be dealt to Phyrexian Vindicator, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented this way, it deals that much damage to any other target. So this is pretty much beats red and green or on the spot, similar to the sword. And is pretty difficult to remove for creature-based decks or damage-based decks. It's very easy to remove for black and white still. It's pretty good against red and green, and average against blue, I would say. But a 5/5 flyer for 4 is still pretty decent either way, especially if we can put the sword on it and then draw more cards for ourselves. We are running 1 AO the Dawn Sky because it is legendary, but it is a good legend. And at 5 mana, we don't want to be running too many things at 5 cost. 1 Elspeth Resplendent to help us pull the Overseers and the Giadas out of our deck. But also, it can bring the sword out, which is a nice little bonus. And it can pull Intrepid Adversary late game, which we can then pay the mana to buff up our other creatures. Not to mention that this can buff our creatures, give them flying, first strike or lifelink, and it can create angels, but that very rarely happens. 1 copy of the Wandering Emperor to exile creatures and give us a little bit of board sustainability against removal based decks. I'm then running 1 Clay Champion, which is an interesting one. So Clay Champion is a 2/2 for 4, and when it enters the battlefield, choose up to 2 other target creatures you control. For each white spent to cast Clay Champion, put a 1/1 counter on each of them. So if we cast this for 4 white, which we will do in this deck because there is no green, I've skipped over that bit, we're going to put 2 1/1 counters on 2 creatures. So we're going to distribute 4 counters. Which, amongst our flying, life-linking creatures can be a big game swinger. This could actually make a big difference in games, as well as giving us a little 2/2 blocker on the floor. So I think this is actually a bit underrated in mono-white type decks. So we're going to give it a go, only 1 of, and see how we get on. We're running 2 Skrelv Defector Mite. This is because of Skrelv's ability to protect our creatures. The problem with white is obviously we don't have any blue in there, so we've got no ways of countering stuff, but we can protect our creatures with Skrelv by tapping it. Don't even need to keep mana open because it can pay life instead, and give our creatures hexproof from a colour. So we can basically dodge 1 destroy spell a turn unless they target Skrelv, which is very nice. 4 lay down arms is just the most efficient removal in white at the moment, so we'll pretty much remove anything. The reason we're running Raffine's Tower and Jetmir's Garden is that they are also plains, so they count towards the plains total for lay down arms. The only land we have that doesn't is our 1 copy of Eiganjo. And that is it, I think. We've covered off everything. We've got a bunch of angels, a couple of planeswalkers and an AO, a Vindicator, a Clay Champion, 3 of our swords to draw us some extra cards, and then 2 Intrepid Adversaries. That's the deck. I've played a whole bunch of games today. Let's see how I get on. Okay. Criminals. We like to beat criminals. It's a little bit slow. Much better. Let's get rid of this or this. Let's get rid of that. Hopefully one of our 2 angels will survive to stick the sword on. Zap. Yep. Not that one. Hello, Feldon. Maybe this one will survive. If I'd have known we were against mono red, I would have kept the Vindicator. Alas, how could I know? We'll let that through. We've got other plans for Feldon. Or maybe we will use those plans on Squee. Hey. Yeah, you can have the life. And this will gain LifeLink. Last thing mono red wants is us gaining life. No. Yeah, I'm not getting any value out of Feldon just yet. And then we put this on our Seraph. Then this gains LifeLink. We'll attack with, but oh dear. Oh, you didn't like that one then? No. I didn't think so. Can we have some more mono red, please? That was fun. Yep, this is good. Given that we're playing 27 lands, I feel like keeping 2 landers with a laydown arms and a 2-drop is on the verge of acceptable. If we were playing just 3 drops, I might 3-drop minimum. I might ditch it, but the Nitzak, that sounds like a baddie in like Path of Peril, Path of Exile, or Diablo or something. Could be wrong. There we go. Beautiful. Here's my incredibly intrepid adversary. And a Scrap Gorger. They won't want that around, so we'll get rid of it. Opponent back down to 20. I have a feeling this Phyrexian Vindicator is going to be nice against mono green. If we get to play it. Which at the moment we aren't. Oh dear. Oh dear, again. Ugh. No, we don't want to attack. Where's my lands? Why am I running 27 if I don't ever draw them? So we've drawn... We start with 7 cards, yeah. So we've drawn 4 cards and only one of them's been a land. Okay. Quick win, quick loss. Let's move on. We should beat mono green, but we didn't. Okay. Back out of the numbers. What a shame. Let's win some, shall we? I think that was my first loss with this deck. I play tested a couple before starting recording, won them easily, and then as soon as I start recording I get mana screwed. I mean, that is not to be... It's to be expected, I mean, but not even cutting this down. I mean, I should be very suspicious, and I am, why my adversary is doing fine. Okay, I'll probably just play this sword then. Why am I... Yeah, fine. Why has that adversary lived that long? Someone's being very cagey. Necro Duality. That is suspicious. What zombies are coming my way? Archangel of Wrath ×2. And a Tainted Adversary ×2. See, at the moment, that's not bothering me. Give this vigilance. We've got lethal in the air, so extra land. Shall we lay down on one of these? Yeah, why not? Although that does put them above lethal, I suppose. That was a bit stupid because they weren't even doing anything to us. Okay, I think we'll just attack. That can have LifeLink. Okay. Fine. We got anti-fly attack happening. But we can get through that. We are on 37 life as well. Yeah, your zombies are getting bigger, but we've got so much life. I hope you've got more flyers. No. I mean, attack away. We're still above our starting life. GG. Okay, let's try again. Okay, Caesar 74. Could be quite a bit older than me. Good. Make them think we're an Esper noob. Oh my goodness. Whatever we play is getting shot, so I'm just thinking, what do we want more? We might want the Giada more. We'll play the Adversary. Red will think it's a massive win to shoot this. I mean, everything in our deck has LifeLink, so we're not worried about keeping our LifeLinkers alive. In fact, playing on the play against mono red is just nice for us. Oh, well, we've got a second Giada, but c'est la vie. We can always kick one of these if our Giada survives, which she is going to. And we'll be able to block this 1/1 as well. So we can attack for 1. And we'll kick this. Yeah. That'll give us quite a good blocker. Reckless Impulse, Chick and Swift Spear. I can play one of them this turn, but I mean, so they could Lightning Strike. So if we just block this, we're gaining back all the life we're losing. They can't do 4 damage to our Angel. Or no, I don't think they can. Yeah, there's the Lightning Strike. We'll show them we've got another one of those. We're now above 20 life, which is where we want to be against mono red. Definitely not where they want us to be. Fine. That can go through. So we've got 6 damage. So this 2 isn't going to win us the game, so let's just kill off one of their sources of damage. Put ourselves back to 15. We've got a 5/6 blocker this time, so another mechanized warfare, but with this as a blocker and this as a blocker, we should be fine. Still on 10 health, and then we win. Okay, please give me more mono red. Mono red is what we want to face. Okay, traitors, criminals Who are we not going to play today? All the baddies. This looks like a decent hand. This looks okay. Play our little... Is it red again? Alright. You red... You play... People love red. The amount of people who play mono red like every single game, I do not understand. But... Nope. We can protect the Giada if we get the chance. Then the Steel Seraph will be bigger, and everyone will be happy. No, guess we can't block. Quite a bit of damage there. So, if we play like this, the Seraph can come in and the Giada doesn't need to tap. We can give the Giada LifeLink. Gain us 2 of that back. Yikes. This one is looking slightly less good, but we shall see. I think if we block like this and this, we can protect the Seraph with Skrelv for 2 life. Should have maybe blocked the other Swift Spear even. Although if they'd had 2 spells to our face, like 2 play with fires, we'd just be dead. This way, well, he might be dead, but we might not. We can choose whether to use the Skrelv. Obviously, it's like a difficult choice for our opponent now. They don't want to lose all their creatures, it's all their damage. So that's 4 damage, and then we're taking 4 more. So if they're... I mean... Okay. So... we obviously need to use the LifeLink from the Seraph. Because 1 Lightning Strike and we're dead. But do we use it on the Seraph? That puts us on 8. And then play the Overseer, puts us on 9. That is probably what we do. And then we can protect the Overseer as a blocker with Skrelv for no life this time. So we at least guarantee ourselves 1 blocker. Even if it is just a chump. Opponent's still got enough cards in hand to cause us problems. That doesn't cause us a problem this turn. Because we're still going up in life. So, we'll probably be wandering Emperor Ring. So let's do this and attack with both. That's our opponent on 9 and us on 13. Thankfully Crescendo isn't going to do it for them here because of this card. Good game. Good game. White greater than red. Okay, number 290. We've got a real challenge this time. That probably means it's not going to be mono red. Fine. We've got some removal, so let's hope we're playing against creatures. We are. We are indeed. Let's get rid of that while we can, before there's any protection spells coming. Yes, we give ourselves a poison, but I'd say it's worth it. A chorus and a chorus. Okay, we'll play the Seraph as a blocker. I mean, this was the last deck that I featured on this channel, so we should have a rough idea what they're going to play and how to beat it. Okay, they've cleared that out of the way. Thankfully, we've got another one. And we can try and remove one of these. Duelist and another Soul Partition. They don't run tons of removal in that deck, yet they are finding it. Play the Overseer and get rid of this Duelist. We've got some lay down arms have been played. The Hive will block. I think we'll play one of these back out, as they're relatively difficult to get through. Okay, so maybe we'll do Giada and the sword. Give this vigilance. We've got to get an extra 9 life that we gave them down. I wonder what, I mean, they'll have the Annex Sentries or whatever they're called that can remove a 3 mana value or lower creature. Stall for time. Oh dear. But they don't. So, if we do the, I mean, they've got no cards now, so. Give this vigilance. So they need to get through with 2. And at the moment they're only getting through with 1. But they could top deck anything. I like this. Stall for time. That's an interesting one. Because you draw as well. Tap 2 things and draw. We'll have to have a look at that. I mean, if they draw anything, if they've got that or close to it, we're dead. But this is requiring thought, apparently. And they pass. And they pass. That is curious. So, I think we want the sword. Let's see what the sword gives us first. So let's give the Warden Vigilance so that we can draw with it. Get an extra 1/1. Okay, I think we'll play both of those. And I don't see them getting through this wall, even with a really good top deck now. We've got 7 creatures. Yeah. Sweet. Number 290 down. We're saved by the Sanctuary Warden. Good. The win rate on this deck at the moment must be massive. I think I'm like 9-1 or 10-1. In best of 1 against some pretty high-ranking Mythic players. I can't complain. Angels are where it's at. Red again. What is wrong with these people? You just can't stop them playing mono red. Can't stop them. The double Archangel of Wrath should do it. I mean, the LifeLink should be too big. We've got to draw land in the next 2 turns. 44 or 45% chance plus together. Okay, there's one of them gone. 45% chance, next one. I mean, we've got the Seraph as well, so it's not like we're relying entirely on those Archangels. But this will probably get lightning bolted or something along those lines. But even if it does, at least we're buying a turn, really. No, just a Warfare, so they can't even go through this turn. And nothing for us, so what I will probably do is give LifeLink an attack, because odds are, I mean, it's, yeah, something's going to happen to this poor Seraph. Yeah, did suspect that it may not have been around to block. I mean, the Vindicator would probably be the best thing to play, just because it's literally unremovable from mono red. But we do need another white land. This is the problem with running all these tap ones. Although this shouldn't normally be a problem, because we are running 27 lands. If we die because of this, I may have to reconsider the number of tap lands, lower it to 6 or something, because this is going to wreck us. So we can kick one of these, so I think that is the path to take, as opposed to playing the Vindicator, because we can get rid of this, give us 2 more life back immediately. Does feel like the right thing to do, especially if we draw another land. We can double kick another one, we might still live. And then maybe I will not hate the tri-land so much. 3 damage to face. Have they got more? You know, what's like a Raiju, I suppose, or something like that would probably be the worst case. So they can replay Spree, I see. So, are we dead? We're taking 8. No, we're not dead. So, Wandering Emperor, not good enough. Immediately. I think we kick this, and that's it. Get rid of one of these, we don't put any more cards in their graveyard. If we attack, we go to... they got nothing. So obviously a hasted creature would make it blocking better. As it stands, I guess we pass. I mean, if they find 2 direct sources over the top of these blockers, then we're in trouble. Okay, then not attacking was the best move. So we double block, obviously. They didn't have any tricks, which is then looking very nice, because I'd say we attack with one of these and then play this, and that probably closes the game out, to be honest. Sweet. I didn't know we were going to come through that one, but turns out we can beat mono red in pretty much every scenario with this deck. Okay. Can we play against things that aren't mono red? As much as I love just trouncing red and flying up the ladder, it would be good to try this on something that isn't red, to see if it has the same destruction. Okay. Wish granted, wish granted. We'll go Giada, we'll keep Skrelv for the protection. Skrelv is just our turn 1 play. That means it just soaks 1 destroy spell up, basically. Like this. Even that one. We'll go this one. Try and keep multiple creatures on the board. Trespasser is fine. So I think we'll attack. And then put our Vindicator in, as it's got two creatures sort of protecting it from sack effects at the moment. Obviously it can be destroyed, but our opponent's leaving us with the other damage in the air if they do that. Yeah, that is okay. Could cut down Giada and leave us a bit exposed, but no. So we're probably just attacking. Okay. We've got lethal in the air even with one sack effect down, so I can invoke Despair and we'll win. Yeah, we'll let that through because that's probably a bait so that they could try and not die to invoke Despair. But we don't really care about being connected with here. Okay. So we've got 8 damage with these two creatures.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people...
So we'll just make sure we sack Giada.
Off you go.
Mono black. That isn't even really a challenge. What is this deck? It is crazy. It's crazy good. Alright. Human Crazy, number 388. We're getting paired against some high level decks at the moment. This is a dubious keep, because if it's mono red we could be in trouble. But thing is, you can mulligan and hope for Giadas and lay down arms, but I suppose in adversaries we could pull. There's quite a lot of stuff we could pull. What, they got a Phoenix chick now? No. Okay. I'm still not a big fan of our chances here. The Overseer will be really good, but we want to not be low enough that we can play the Vindicator. Okay, it seems like they're struggling a little bit for like damage, like because often mono red you could be dead on turn 4, and we're not dead. So in fact we're on 14. So if we can play Vindicator into an Archangel, then we'll be happy campers. They'll play both of those probably. Oh, that's brutal. I've lost my blocker. So the challenge here is if we play the Vindicator, we can only block the biggest thing. Let's say that's this for 2 or 3 damage. 3 damage. They would need to cast 2 things at our face. I'm gonna guess that this is the best play, but I can't be sure. So at least we get to kill off this. That's 1 fewer damage we're taking. They're not going to attack here. No. So Wandering Emperor will gain us 2 life. This would gain us 3 by blocking. But Wandering Emperor also removes a creature, so I'd say we hold for the Emperor. Yeah, that's quite bad.
Listen, pal, I'm with the Gatewatch, so
But next
might as well
turn,
give up already.
we can have a kicked
Let's
Archangel,
bring things
which
up to
is
a simmer.
very good for us. Okay, they think they can win by attacking now, which is handy. No, they don't. Okay.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me. Let your blade do the talking.
Let's put this in, kill the Swift Spear. Let's create another token, and then let's kill the Chandra. We've got blockers now, and they're going to have to top something that could do 4 damage to our face, or they're dead. They're dead. We're beating the high-ranked mono-red players of this deck. It is anti-mono-red deck at its finest. Okay. I would say we should do play till lose, but I'm currently 12-1 with this deck, so that could take a while. Although this hand is one that could do it. Opponent's like, what? What is this Skrelv? Alright, let's get the sword down in case we've still got Skrelv around next turn. Get toxic. Poor Skrelv. Doesn't deserve that.
Those who get in my way tend
Doesn't deserve to be sacrificed.
One of your friends has to leave.
Okay, Overseer it is. The nice thing is we do seem to have a constant supply of creatures for the sword, so... I'm gonna say this. We don't need to play the Elspeth urgently, and we could find more lands and play more lands with the sword if it comes to that point. What will they do with the 4 mana? I would like to Seraph and lay down arms on a Sheldred. That's what I would like to do. They're too scared of the sword. Yeah. This was the worst case, that they actually use a destroy on that. I guess they can just minus their Liliana on me now if they want to. Or they could find another destroy. I mean, if we get the Elspeth going... I mean, we've still got plenty of removal as well, so... You know, opponent can only play it safe for so long, which is what they're doing at the moment. Fine. Blah, blah, blah.
Don't overthink things.
As soon as I get a creature to stick for 1 turn, why am I destroying all my lay down arms? What is going on? Sky said it, if I... like, never mention play till lose. It's ridiculous. This Bankbuster giving them card advantage, eh? Don't make me discard my 1 fucking Planeswalker, you asshole. Oh, come on. Why are they so keen to empty both of our hands? And now we get the land that would let us play the Elspeth. This is just everything that could go wrong this game has gone wrong. And we're going to get invoked again. So even if we find a creature. That was really rough. That was really rough.